Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Will Garth with Computer Class, and today we're going to be talking about marketing ad creation. Starting your small business, brand ambassadoring, starting a storefront, or any of the above or all of the above. Today we're going to talk about a brand that I built, but we're going to also give you some of the sauce to where you can build your own brand. So right now we're standing in an entire marketing and Airbnb storefront for Sneaker Grinch. Sneaker Grinch is a shoe company I started 7 years ago. We have our own shoe, as you can see right here. These are the Sneaker Grinch V1s, and in the background there's a little bit more promo items. We're going to go into what things that you can do in digital marketing, utilizing Photoshop, or just utilizing your brain to brainstorm on starting a business or starting a brand to where you can be profitable, or where you can actually help someone else be profitable in that sense. So Sneaker Grinch started in 2015 right here in Indianapolis. We basically were selling shoes on different apps like OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace, and we decided to go to eBay, sell more shoes, and it just kind of grew up from there. I had a friend that made the logo. Of course, utilizing Photoshop, we were able to take parts of the Air Jordan logo and change them to where Sneaker Grinch is the actual name. So we took the Air Jordan logo, we put the Grinch head on it, and Sneaker Grinch with the Retro 4 Jordan in it. As you can see, I do have that tattoo right here as well. So as far as with the ad creation, when you have a business, the main thing that you want to do is to make it marketable and profitable, but marketable first. If you have a business where it is not marketable, it can't be profitable. Without profit, there can be no margin value, and then it becomes a hobby, which is okay. I also consider this business as a hobby, considering I'm not using it to pay my rent in the beginning, but now it does. I'm going to show you a way that I turned this regular apartment into a Sneaker Grinch Airbnb, which is now one of my most booked Airbnbs in our actual setup. So what happens is, originally I had a storefront, I had a grand opening, we had people that came through, bought merchandise and shoes, they loved it. But after that, I wanted to just go a little bit further. So I already had about 5 properties on Airbnb. As a landlord and as a property owner, I said, hey, why not make the Sneaker Grinch layer an Airbnb for marketing? So we did that, got booked through the roof. So right now we're standing right in it. As you can see, there's different art pieces. There are lit letters. We've got our t-shirts in the back. Of course, there's going to be shoes and merchandise. So getting back to the sauce for that, the way that we build that is from networking, social media, hashtags, and also Facebook Marketplace, or Facebook ads or Facebook ad campaigns. In addition to YouTube and things like that, a lot of this stuff is based off of building your platform off of your followers, maybe followers from your personal page. It may be hashtags that people follow. It may be other storefronts, tagging other friends, having them share it to their story, having other friends post these items, and then also bringing it all the way back to a central hub to where everything can be centralized. So for instance, these shoes right here, we sell these for $80. We design these. We actually don't make money off these shoes, but what we do make is marketing off of these shoes. When somebody wears these, people that see them, they see the Sneaker Grinch brand logo, they see what's going on with that, and they say, hey, what's Sneaker Grinch? What is that? Where can I find that at? Well, hopefully the people you sold them to, they care about you, and they'll say, hey, we'll go to the Instagram, you can get them from there. Or in general, most people assume nowadays if you have a name that you can look it up on Facebook or on websites or even on Instagram as well. So moving forward from that, the method of ad creation. So here we have Facebook Marketplace. As you can see, there's items listed on here, and there's buying and selling. Of course, selling cars, that's a big thing. You know, but we're talking about Sneaker Grinch right now, or any other brand that you would have. So for the portion of selling, we're going to go over to our selling marketplace. As you can see, we have a post for sneakers for sale. This post here is listed in 16 marketplaces, different classifieds. As you can see, it never is marked as sold because there's more than one item. When you go to the item, there's pictures of the storefront. As you can see, there's lots of shoes listed on here. They're all in plastic. As we keep going, you can see at the bottom right corner, there's a boost listing. When we click this boost listing button, this is where our ad comes together. Now, this is a very important part of building ads, building marketing, and also building your brand. So this is a marketplace listing. However, people automatically know that with this marketplace listing, I'm selling something. I'm either trying to clear inventory, I'm doing a garage sale, or I actually have a storefront and I have what? Shoes. At this storefront, we have shoes. So what we're trying to do is boost our listing so that more people will see it, and we'll run an ad campaign on it. So as we see here, for $6, a 3-day campaign can have an estimated reach of over 2,600 to 7,600 people. Now that sounds good. However, for $14, we can get between 5,900 and 17,000 people. And the reason being is because this listing is posted in already 16 different classified ads on 16 different groups. So that means not only will it be at the top of those groups, but it'll also be in the top of this region for whatever zip code I decide to use. So as we scroll down a little bit, there's a placement for Facebook. You can also do Instagram. If your Instagram is linked, then you can also have it go to Instagram. Why would you want to do that? Because most people that have Facebook do have Instagram, and they're all linked and tethered together. So as you can see, there's a budget window on the right. So let's say we want to do the maximum budget, and then we want to hit the maximum amount of people. For $42 under the 3-day campaign act, we can hit up to 14,000 individuals and let them know about Sneaker Grinch. Now, what would that do? This could be a blessing or a curse. Let's say I only have 10 shoes in stock, and I do this, and all of this traffic is gonna come right back to your messenger, right back to your cell phone, right back to you. You definitely don't want that to happen unless you have the stock for your item, no matter what it is. If you're selling widgets, if you're marketing cereal, food, juices, whatever. When you do that, it's basically gonna let people know, hey, I have supply. Hey, I have quantity. Hey, I have sizes. So for me personally, I would drop this down to the $6 ad campaign, because considering I probably have about 6x4, I have about 30 shoes in stock right now. So if you look at if you're reaching 2,300 people, probably a small percentage of them are going to respond to the ad, because people don't genuinely like ads. But there are people out there that are shopping for shoes, or that are shopping for something that you're selling. Depending on where they're at in their location, they may hop right on it and send you a message and say, hey, is this available? Can I get these shoes? I like your marketing. Can I shop with you? Then it's all in your hands whether you want to seal the deal or whether you want to stall them out and wait until you have more supplies, which is not a good idea, because then you're wasting your money on this marketing ad and you have a customer out there that's basically had a bad taste in their mouth because you're wasting their time by letting them know that you're selling stuff but you don't have the product they need. So when it comes down to it, that's why I said marketing and ad creation, it can help or it can hurt you. If you have what you're selling in stock, it'd be perfect. If you're like Amazon and you have unlimited stock of something that you're selling, this is great. But if you're just getting started, you maybe have 10 or 15 items, you may want to post them a little differently. So as you can see, everything will come up as a sponsored sale. And you see on the previews here, it shows how it will look on not just the mobile feed, but the mobile marketplace. In the mobile marketplace, it'll basically be a sponsored ad by seller. And that's the same for Instagram. Once you have an Instagram account linked, it'll show up on there. When people click the link, it'll take them to where the shoes are being sold. And then from there on, people will be able to message you, or if you have it set up for shipping, you can actually ship your shoes through Facebook, or you can meet them in person. I find it easier to just work locally and meet with people locally. You may not want to be messing with a lot of shipping and stuff. And if you do, you can use apps like eBay or Mercari or OfferUp or something like that. But for this is more so, we're marketing our storefront. We want people to come to the store and see what we have, because for me, in my experience, people buy more stuff that's tangible. When I can touch this item versus me just seeing it on the internet, I can try it on, I can smell it, I can feel it, and the senses say, hey, I like this shoe, or hey, I like this, how it feels. It just is very marketable. All right, so originally when we started our shoe Photoshop campaign, what we started doing was we took shoe templates like this and we put them together with different graphics, and we actually made what we call a different type of background for these shoes. So as you can see on the right side, this is our template, and on the left side, this is our shoe art piece. In computer class, what we did was we went and we made the Nike logo red, made the inside of the shoe red, made the outside of the shoe black, made the laces black. We did the same for the other shoes that are in this picture. We made the background green. That was something we did for the Air Jordan Retro 1, which is a very iconic shoe. We definitely have some of those here. This is the Air Jordan Retro 1. These are the Fear medleys. These are very popular. They actually, as you can see, there's one spinning in the background, but this shoe came two different colors. One shoe was green, blue. The other shoe was orange and red. So as you can see in our video, we see the Retro 1. This is actually a Air Jordan Retro 1 mid. So one thing about the Air Jordan Retro 1, there's a low top, there's a mid, there's a high top. A lot of people talk about the mids, they don't like them, but me personally, I don't care. I like them all. I like the mids, I like the lows, I like the highs. But the resale value on the mids is not as high as the high or the lows. Go figure, no pun intended. In this example here, this is actually the Air Jordan 1 high. That means that the ankle length, the ankle height is higher than the mid would be. Now in this one, this is the mid. So this is our logo. As you can see, there's the sneaker, the Grinch. This is the Retro 4 and the actual Grinch Jordan. So hey everybody, we are here talking marketing at the Sneaker Grinch Airbnb, aka the Sneaker Grinch Lair, and we have right here the wall of sneaker stickers. For each one of our guests that comes here and stays here, they get a sneaker sticker. And this is our Retro 8 Dornbecker. And what we can do with this as a guest, they can peel it off, put it right here on the wall, and it stays, and they're part of the whole ensemble. Now, what this wall represents is the love for shoes. It's all marketing, it's a part of the campaign, it's building the brand, and it's letting people know that, hey, I'm in a sneaker storefront. So as you can see, there are many different shoes on this walls. We got anything from foams, retro 6s, retro 2s, Yeezys, everything over here. Yeezy 700s, 750s, Jordans, even got the Nike Air Max sticker here. All right. So here we have a brief view of our Air Jordans history here from Air Jordan 1 all the way down to the 35s. As you can see, they started off at $65, which was insanely cheap compared to the price point they have now of $180 or $200 or $220. So back in the 80s, shoes were much cheaper, and the wave built up as Michael Jordan was playing for the Bulls and they started winning championships. As you see, our inflation went up as well. So by 1991, the Air Jordan 6 was $125. Now in 1991, $125, that was a lot of money. Even now, it's not a small amount of money, but for a pair of shoes 30 years ago to be $125, that was a phenomenal amount. Now going forward, throughout the 90s, they kind of stayed in the 120s, 120, 135. Now up to 1999, they were $150 for the Retro 15s, and going forth into about 2007, 2006, they're up in the 160s, 185. So here you can kind of see how that price formed itself over the time of inflation and recessions and different presidents and stuff like that. Everything kind of switched up. All right, so we're going to talk about some of the sources where you can obtain some of the items that you can use to build a storefront for your ad campaign or for marketing your brand. Amazon.com is one of the top places that I use for building my storefront. As you can see behind me, I have all of these different shoe platforms in which you can order these in bulk, and basically they just drill right on the wall. You can put them on any wall. They come with the rivets, and they also come with the sockets to put them in. It's very easy. You can use a screwdriver or a drill. Also, in addition to that, as you'll notice, some or most of the shoes we have here are saran wrapped. So the reason why we do that is when customers come and they pick them up and they grab them. Now this one I did a good job on. As you can see, some of them are not as good just depending on the shoe shape. But basically when people pick up the shoe, you don't want their fingerprints to get on there and make the shoe dirty. So the whole process with that is taking the shoe and a heat gun and also the saran wrap, in which then you place the shoe inside of the saran wrap like so. Once you have the shoe in there, you get it to where it's as tight and as flush as possible. Fold over the back, take your heat gun, and go to work. So that's that process right there. Now these saran wrap bags, you get them by the 200 or by the 100, they're only about 20 bucks. That'll help you if you're doing anything with shoes. They have other items as well if you're doing clothes. You can get hangers or whatever, stuff like that. But for this, as marketing a shoe business or clothes, we're using the shoe within the saran wrap. And so yeah, there are Instagram sellers that will customize pictures for you and put whatever your brand name in the picture so you can put it in your storefront. Of course, there's an additional cost for it, but it's built into the order and they come in like 1 or 2 weeks. So we used a lot of those services to get our Sneaker Grinch pictures made, and it worked out very well for us. So these signs are pretty big right now. A lot of people have them in like juice stores, juice bars, or other different establishments, and they custom make them. They basically charge you per letter and for the size of it. I got this custom made for $250. It took about 3 weeks for it to ship, and it has a plug that plugs in a remote, and it can change the different designs, and it pulsates, it does different lighting, stuff like that. So over here we have another item that we got off of Amazon. Basically our we call it our shoe floater. You can take any shoe and put it on there. Now it's magic. I can't tell you how it works. Just know it works. But any shoe you put in there, it will float and it will spin around. Of course, it's got a remote. You can change the colors in the background. As you see, we have multiple art items we just got, for shoes and little small articles and things. And we have our Yeezy collection over here. So yeah, we just really decked the place out with different shoe items. We have sneaker pillows, and then also in the actual bathroom, we have sneaker shower curtains. We have a shower curtain that matches this, and then we also have our Sneaker Grinch pillows. So that concludes our marketing and ads for setting up a storefront or for building a shoe brand. What I want to tell you guys today is not only can you do it, but anybody can do it if you have the right tools, you have an idea. It's not easy, it's a lot of work, but if you really feel strongly for your brand or for your storefront and you want to actually build this, you can do this in a matter of months or weeks, depending on your work ethic. And what I will say is no idea is too small or too big. So, the sky's the limit.